state of love, bonding, trust, real friendship.
Hello, hello, hello. Today I'm going to be taking something seemingly silly and analyzing the hell out of it because media is a mirror to our society. I am kind of sick right now. Also, I'm very, very tired. So I apologize if my throat is like not great. Also, I'm sorry we're in my bed. I said I don't want to sit down in a chair, so we're in my bed right now. I'm not worried about it if you're not worried about it. So let's all be chill, guys. Anyway, Miss Congeniality is a comedy film from the year 2000 starring the lovely Sandra Bullock, who plays an undercover, underappreciated, and underfucked FBI agent who's posing as a beauty queen at a pageant that her and her team have been assigned with watching over and protecting from potential terrorist threats. Lovely, right? Isn't that awesome? As she embarks on this journey, she gets a cunty makeover, makes friends, falls in love, and learns what it truly means to be a lady. And also something about world peace or something like that. With the help of her belittling but very diva-ish British pageant coach Victor, her fellow officers in duty, and her newfound passionate respect for the other beauty queens, Gracie is able to protect all of the girls and capture the suspect, locking them up once and for all. Everything is great, peace has been restored to girl world, and Gracie has found inner peace within herself. Sweet. Brings a tear to my eye. Miss Congeniality ends up being a comedic tale about a woman learning to embrace her feminine side and changing her rigid worldview of the women around her. A lot of the movie's narrative, especially towards the beginning, subtly or not so subtly, centers around men. I believe that the true message of Miss Congeniality is that seeking male validation, even if not romantic or sexual in nature, can compromise your relationship with other women and your perception of yourself. We explore this idea numerous times throughout the entire movie, when we see how Gracie is perceived by others, her personal relationship with femininity, and her romantic and platonic relationships that she builds over the course of the movie. At the very beginning of the movie, we get a little bit of backstory of why Gracie is the kind of girl that she is. The film opens in the 80s when Gracie was a child and she is on the playground. She sees her crush being bullied, and so she goes and she kicks his bully's ass. And then afterwards, she's trying to like holler at her crush, be like, hey. And basically his masculinity, his little 8-year-old boy masculinity is extremely threatened by the fact that a little girl just like fought his battle for him, so he rejects her. Her adult life is pretty much the same. She's single, she's lonely, she's messy, and all of the men that she's been out on failed dates with find her to be too much. You know, she's too headstrong. She's not girly enough. And she's pretty much regarded in the bureau as just one of the guys, and they say multiple times that nobody there sees her as a woman. The pageant girls, on the other hand, definitely do see Gracie as a little bit odd and rough around the edges, sure, but they also think that she's funny and she's cool, and they think that she's really brave, and they admire her confidence, perceived confidence by them, to just kind of be and do whatever you want and not worry about what other people are thinking about you, you know, because as a pageant girls, they're constantly like hyper aware of how they're coming off to people, and they see Gracie just being like so chill and so out there and so like, this is me, you like it or you don't, and they really admire that about her. You know, the men see where she's different from your average woman and they just kind of box her in as not being a woman at all. Meanwhile, the women acknowledge all of her oddities and what makes her different from them, but they still see her as this beautiful feminine person. Gracie rejects femininity from the earliest points in her life because society treats outspoken, headstrong women a lot differently than they treat women who will fall into the traditional gender norms. Her relationship to femininity is fractured because no man has ever seen her as a woman. Gracie also criticizes other women for being hyper-feminine, calling them bimbos and airheads, and just overall placing herself above them in a very I'm not like other girls kind of way because, oh, I don't wear pink. I don't wear skirts. I don't have a hairbrush. I don't even own a hairbrush. She literally says that in the movie. She says, I don't even own a hairbrush. Girl, what? Okay. And we see this numerous times with like how she comes across for the pageant girls at the beginning, the way that she talks about women earlier in the movie, and also how she's like instantly very belittling and hostile when her coworker Eric brings the girl that he's dating down to the bar. She talks to her like she's an idiot. So that's really great. Gracie also sits by and joins the men in their judging, laughing, and objectification of the other female agents when they're looking through profiles and digitally putting the women in bikinis to try to decide which one they should send in for the pageant case. Instead of standing up for her fellow women or calling out the men for being so dehumanizing, she sits there and she joins them, and she laughs at the other women. She laughs at them and she judges them. She's like, oh, her body's weird, oh, she's old, oh, she's ugly, blah 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 blah. And she has no kind of camaraderie with other women, so she just sits there and she joins the guys because she's just one of the guys, you know, like it's just so she's just one of the guys. But oh, when her picture comes up, she's like, guys, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. But she's not gonna do anything to defend the other women that they were doing this with for hours. For hours, guys, for hours. She just sits by and she lets it happen. Gracie's love interest in the film is a misogynistic fellow agent named Eric, who gropes Gracie on multiple occasions to the acknowledgement of no one and dates undergrads in his free time. This man's over 30. Hey, okay, whatever you want, dude. He did not like Gracie at all before the makeover, no matter how much cleanup the movie tries to do for that later, being like, no, he liked her the whole time, his feelings were just latent all this time, but now they're coming to the surface. No. Literally no, nothing that he does in the movie prior to her makeover shows any of that, proves any of that, any kind of romantic feelings that he had for her beforehand. When did we see that? When he groped her? Is that when we saw that? Is that when we saw that? When he left her the second that his date came into the bar, is that when we saw that? Like, I'm confused where the love was at. I wasn't seeing it, I'm sorry. While Eric was the main instigator in the group sexualization of the female agents earlier on in the film, and also one of the most willing participants to oogle all the other pageant girls through the hidden camera that they had pinned on Gracie, later on in the movie, when the group are looking at Gracie through the hidden camera and they're like objectifying her, he's like, guys, stop it. That's not right. Turn it off. Turn it off right now. And it's supposed to be a moment that we read as kindness. This is a kind act that he's doing because he likes her now, you know, so he's being kind to Gracie. But it also can be seen as a possessive thing and like a jealousy thing. You know, objectifying women is okay until it's his woman. You can't do that to his woman. And it's kind of like the thing of like men are only nice to you when they find you attractive. Like, he only is respecting her and her privacy and her bodily autonomy because he has romantic feelings for her now and because he's planning on pursuing her. But before, he was groping her left and right. Nobody cared, nobody said anything. But now, oh, turn that off, guys. Stop it, stop, please stop looking at her, stop, guys, stop.
Leave Brittany alone, please. Leave Britney Spears alone right now. I mean it.
Because now she's his lady, you know, so don't objectify her, that's mine. In the end, he tells Gracie, when we get back home and you go back to being ugly, do you want to get a cup of coffee? And when she says yes and asks him if it's a date, he's like, no, not a date. This is just two co-workers going and hanging out. And if we fuck later, that's fine too. And then they kiss. So this is supposed to be like a beautiful, lovely, triumphant, fun, cute moment of like, oh my god, we're in love, we're kissing, this is great, this is awesome. But he has done nothing at all up to this point to prove himself to be worthy of her love. Nothing at all. He objectifies other women and is just generally shallow as fuck. He did not give a shit about her before her makeover. He gropes her on several occasions. And also, at this point in the movie, he had literally just left her and abandoned her when her boss was berating her and did not stand up for her at all and did not say shit. And then he gets rewarded for all of that. He gets rewarded for all of that. He gets a kiss and he gets a date and he gets whatever he got after. For no reason. For no reason. We didn't even need that to happen, guys. In the beginning, Gracie feels comfortable bad-mouthing other women to Eric as a part of her role as being one of the guys. And he makes it clear, time and time again, that nobody sees her as a woman. That is, until they find her sexually attractive. As I said before, it is established in the story that Gracie has had many failed dates, and a lot of men think that she's too much. So when she's finally getting attention from an attractive man, she instantly melts into it. She goofily sings songs about him wanting to date and marry her. She immediately gives in when she thinks that he's about to kiss her, and she says yes to a date with him after everything that's happened and him showing absolutely zero indicators that he would be a good partner to her. She's never gotten this kind of attention from men before, and while she acts like in the beginning that she doesn't want it, once she gets it, she does not want to let go of it. She only sees herself as desirable now because he sees her as desirable. She's allowing this man and the praise of other men to influence how she perceives herself, which is a thing that she has been doing from the very beginning. The main pageant host, Miss Morningside, tells Gracie that feminist and ugly women are the only ones who disagree with her pageant and think that it's sexist and think that the girls are airheads. And Gracie initially agrees with the statement because she does consider herself a feminist and she hates their fucking pageant and thinks that they're stupid and idiots and stupid and dumb. But Miss Morningside insulting these other women is not doing anything productive for the overall conversation, for her overall point. Like, you're not making anything better with that girl. These two types of women are battling with each other instead of the society that categorizes them in these different boxes in the first place in order to control them. When the pageant girls go out with Gracie, they have to take on more culturally masculine traits, like eating whatever they want, drinking beer, and talking about sex. Now you might be like, eating whatever you want, what do you mean? All of these girls are like joked to like have anorexia because, you know, pageant girls, and they're like all watching what they're eating, they're all like going insane when they see a slice of pizza. So for them to like eat what they want without care and be like, I'm gonna have 2 slices of pizza, who's gonna fucking stop me? Masculine trait. In this movie, that's a masculine trait. And I think in real life, pretty much that is too. Men don't give a shit about what they put into their bodies. Most. And hey, whatever. Yeah, they're drinking beer, you know, slinging back a few, what do they call it? I don't know anything about drinking, sorry. And they're openly talking about sex in the club. It is masculine energy. It is on fire. Men. I'm seeing men. I'm seeing... What am I talking about? Towards the end of the movie, when the Bureau finds somebody that they deem to be a good enough suspect for the crimes, they're ready to pack up and leave. But Gracie's like, no, guys, wait, there's holes in the suspect that you have here, and I think there's something still going on here. We have to stay. And everybody completely, like, does not listen to her. They don't hear her out. They say, girl, no, who cares? And they all desert her. Yes, even her love interest, Eric. Yes, even her gay pageant coach, Victor. Nobody cares about what she's talking about. Nobody cares about what she wants to do. They found something that they're satisfied with, and now they're leaving. Instead of defending her when she's trying to convince the boss that they need to stay a little longer and he is literally berating her, Eric tells her to just, you know, listen to the boss, be quiet, and follow the rules of the job that are put there to contain and control her. So that's really great, guys. What a strong man, what a great boyfriend. We need to date him, we need to date him. No matter how much time you spend trying to be accepted by men and being one of the guys, at the end of the day, they're never gonna see you like they see other men, and they might not even give a shit about you or your feelings in the first place. For a lot of men, women only exist to them in 2 ways. 1, to be someone they can fawn over, and 2, to be someone to validate their problematic thoughts about and actions towards other women. Gracie starts the film as the latter. Towards the middle, she becomes the first one. And then at the end, when all the agents know that she's gonna de-glam after they get back home, she returns back to her place in their mind as the second one. After Gracie stands her ground, gives up her badge, and decides to stay there to watch over the pageant girls and protect them from the threat that she knows is coming, in an act of true girlhood and true kindness, all the other pageant girls rally together and rush to help Gracie do all of her hair and her makeup and get herself ready for her performance. Because Gracie does not know how to do any of that. And hey, that's valid. I don't know how to do makeup either. I get you, girl. I see you in that moment. And even though all these girls are competing against each other, and one of them was literally just talking shit about Gracie 2 seconds before she comes in the room, she is the first one to rush to Gracie's rescue. And they all come together and they all help her succeed in this. You know, and it's a moment of just, it's girlhood and it's kindness and it's beautiful and it's amazing. You know, the men, they immediately desert Gracie, but the women rush to her rescue.
State of love, bonding, trust, real friendship.
At the end of the day, women will be there for you, while men come when they desire your presence and leave when they deem it to be unneeded. Having strong female friendships is so important. And this movie is like a clear testament to that. Over the course of the movie, Gracie learns to appreciate these beauty queens and to see them as nuanced women with a wide range of emotions, thoughts, passions, and abilities. She sees them as equals, friends, serious people, And it is then when she finds the most inner peace. At the end of the day, being appreciated by and finding community with other women is what makes Gracie the happiest and what helps her find the balance between who she truly is, how she perceives herself, and how she is viewed by the rest of the world. At the beginning of the movie, Gracie is seen as free because she doesn't care about being seen as a lady. But by the end of the film, Gracie is free because she can now fully embrace every single part of herself, her femininity included. And it is only when she stops seeking camaraderie with men and instead welcomes the women around her and allows them to be in her corner that she is no longer alone in the world and she has found her equilibrium. And that is it, guys. You know, I just watched Miss Congeniality again, maybe second time, maybe third time yesterday. And as I was watching it, I was like, wait, my spidey senses are tingling. I have to make a video about this. And so I was taking my little notes while I was watching. And, you know, I think I came out with something pretty good. So if you liked this, subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe and comment and everything and tell me what you think and tell me how you perceive this movie. Tell me what you think the overall message of this movie is. And tell me you hate Eric, because I know you hate Eric. You have to. Also, hey, tell me if you think that Gracie and Little Miss Rhode Island should have kissed, because I do. I'm gonna be honest, I really do think that, guys. I want to do more, like, narrow and focused videos on, like, one specific topic like this. And I do have other, like, movie-related videos spinning around in my head. If you want more of those, tell me. Tell me in the comments, tell me everything you want to know. And if you enjoyed being in bed with me today, also tell me that. Okay, that's all I have for you today. So until I have something new to yap about, ta-ta for now!